Sniper's Hide here on a windy Colorado day. I want to talk to you about scopes, specifically front focal plane scopes versus a second focal plane scope. Now notice I have two Schmidt & Bender 5-25 PM2 scopes in front of me. Mil, MOA, MOA. The difference is this is a front focal plane scope and this is a second focal plane scope. Some of you may ask, well, why do we want a PM2 in the second focal plane? Well, there is still a big demand for second focal plane scopes, specifically in these areas: law enforcement, F-class NRA type shooting, and ELR shooting. So those guys tend to gravitate more to a second focal plane scope. Couple differences: dynamic shooting, front focal plane, the reticles tend to be a little thicker because as you power down that scope, they still want the subtensions to be usable. In this variation, you have a bit thinner reticle, and when you power down the magnification, the reticle is not adjusting with your zoom range. Now that has certain drawbacks to it, but they can be overcome with a little bit of effort on your part. 25 power, this reticle is correct. It's subtending the proper MOA. If you go down to 12.5 power, and you have to map that so you can mark where that exactly is on the magnification ring, you now doubled it. So a 2 MOA hash mark is now 4 MOA. If you come down again, you're going to move that value another time. Most people tend to stick at that half power and don't power down looking for it. But for law enforcement with close-in engagements, if they need a wide field of view, they may be down at 6 power, and they still have that very good aiming point with the reticle, and it hasn't shrunk up with the magnification range. Front focal plane, very dynamic. Doesn't matter where I am, we know the reticle's correct. Second focal plane, you want to map it. ELR guys going out really far, the thinner reticle is going to be an advantage to them. You're not covering as much area of the target. As well, F-class bench rest and those kind of shooters don't want to cover as much. So the thicker reticle, even though it's a P4 fine, is not going to cover as much in a second focal plane. Two nearly identical scopes, but some big differences. So it's important that you as the shooter, you as the consumer, understand which one works for your type of shooting. Now they both can work. We've seen guys be successful with either, but again, you need to know the limitations. You need to know what prior work you have to put in to make it right. Schmidt & Bender 5-25, front focal plane, second focal plane. MOA, MOA, Mil. Hey, Low Light at Sniper's Hide here. If you like these videos and you want to see more, make sure you go down below and you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check them all out. We got over 100 videos, all talking precision rifle, scopes, rifles, ammo, bipod, slings, you name it, we're talking about it. So hit the subscribe button and enjoy. Thanks for watching.